I've got $100 to invest. So I'm going to take this, put it in the Robinhood app, and start investing right now. Stop. Don't do that. I really wish I had this video when I was starting out with investing, because I had to go through a lot of mess in order to figure out the best way to invest. Now, after 10 years of investing and learning all these mistakes, I was able to build up a portfolio now of $800,000. And I'm excited to share with you today what I've learned so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. See, this video today is about how to make sure you're not making the mistakes when you're investing by opening up the wrong accounts versus the right accounts to get started. Sometimes we make the mistake of just jumping into something because we heard about it or somebody talked about it. But then once we jump in, we realize we could be making a costly mistake. So you might be starting off with like limited to no money at all. Maybe you have a lot of debt to pay off, or maybe you have a lot of cash and you're like trying to figure out, where do I put all this money? I need to invest, but I don't know how to get started. This video will cater to you no matter where you are in your financial journey. So you might want to bookmark this one, save this video, come back to it as you continue to level up in the future. Speaking of leveling up, let's start with level number 1. Give yourself a raise. The first step when you get started with investing is to look at your job. Most jobs offer the ability to invest with either a 401k or a 403b. It's basically a retirement account. The key, though, is that most employers offer a match. They give you extra money simply for investing in this 401k or 403b. Now, if you don't have a job or your job doesn't offer an employer match, you can skip ahead to level number 2. But if you have a job, this is your first step. So some companies, they'll match like up to 5%, sometimes 6%, based on how much of your contributions that you put into this 401k. This is basically like a raise. That's why this one's called Give Yourself a Raise. If you're not doing this at all, it's a costly mistake. It's like your company's like, hey, we have this $100 that we'll put in to your investment account. Now, of course, that means you get it later on in retirement, but here's $100. Do you want it? And you saying, no, that's okay. I don't need it. That's ultimately what you're doing when you don't start with this level. Take advantage of it. If you can only do 1% and they'll match you 1%, then only do 1%. If you can only afford 3%, do 3%. Do the most you can, getting yourself up to the maximum match percentage, not a percentage more. So if they only match up to 3%, only do 3%. If they only match up to 5%, only do 5%. Whatever that amount is. So go on right now, check with your company, see what they offer, and start taking action right now. See, I did something stupid. I decided, no, I don't understand all that. I'll just open up this like Robinhood account and put money into that. But oh my gosh, I'm missing out on an extra 5%. My company matches 5%. What am I doing? So I had to reverse that, learn that mistake, and start with the 401k. Once you've done that and you have some extra money left over, now what you want to do is not contribute more. You want to move on to level number 2, which is sticking it to Uncle Sam. The reason we call it stick it to Uncle Sam is if you open up a normal brokerage account, it's what we call a taxable brokerage account. And what that means is that anytime you do something in that investment account, you're going to owe taxes on it in the short term or the long term. And that's just not fair. Like why spend extra money on taxes if you don't need to? We can become millionaires and have $1 million in our investment account and literally owe 0 taxes on the future, which means you're in retirement, you got $1 million nest egg, you can withdraw that money and not have to pay taxes in the future. And it's totally legal to do it. It's okay to do it. And you can do this by setting yourself up with a Roth IRA. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. Go over to your bank or look at like whatever you like. I mean, Robinhood does offer this, by the way. You can look at Robinhood, you can look at Webull, Charles Schwab, Fidelity. It doesn't matter. Just go and find whatever bank you trust the most and look for it and open yourself up a Roth IRA. So what I do is I max out my 401k and then I start putting money into a Roth IRA. Now the maximum contribution, which means it does have a limit of how much money you can put into this account every single year. So what you would want to do right now is go over to Google and type in max Roth IRA contribution for this year. And that way you can see how much you're allowed to contribute every year. So this year, as of the recording of this video, it's $6,500 per person. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all the extra money I have, if I have any, and I'm going to put it into the Roth IRA up to $6,500. But here's what's awesome. After I transfer that money into my Roth IRA, I can then invest in whatever I want, because unlike a 401k, which sometimes has the restrictions on what you can invest in, I can invest in whatever. I can do single stocks. I could do some ETFs. I literally can invest in whatever. If you have questions about that, I'll share some resources with you at the end of the video. Let's say your account grows by 100% or 500%. All of that growth over the long period of time is tax-free. And the reason for that is because you're putting money in that has already been taxed. Maybe it came out of your paycheck and your paycheck already took out the taxes, or maybe you're self-employed and you already paid your estimated taxes. You've already done it. Now, at this point, it's okay if you can't afford this, if you can't even get up to $6,500 in a single year. The point is, continue to stay on this level until you get to that point. In one of these years, you get to the point that you said, oh my gosh, I maxed out my match in level 1, and I was able to contribute $6,500 to my Roth IRA, and I have some extra money to invest. Now what should I do? Well, that's when you move on to level number 3, become a future millionaire. And we're not yet out of the tax advantaged accounts. We're going to take advantage of sticking it to Uncle Sam one more time. So now what we're going to do, because we've maxed out our Roth IRA, is we're going to hop over to the 401k or the 403b again. We're going back to that in level 1, but this time we're going to max out that amount, because the benefit is you can either do this pre-tax, or if your company offers a Roth 401k, you can also contribute to that on top of your Roth IRA. This is like extra money, and this is so important for the long term. So what I do is I come back to my 401k and I max it out. Same thing you want to do here though. Go to Google and type in what is the max contribution for a 401k this year. And that way you know, because these rates change every single year. Right now, it's $22,500 per year per person. Wow, that's a lot of money. Because now we've done $6,500 into our Roth IRA, and now on level 3, you're asking me to invest another $22,500 on top of that? Are you nuts? No, I'm not. In fact, I thought the same thing. I'm like, there's no way I can max this out, because like back, 8 years ago, even 5 years ago, I had so much debt. We had to pay off our student loans. We had to pay off our credit card. So I was focused on that and trying to make enough money to match the end of the month. It's a struggle. So it doesn't mean, again, don't stress yourself out that I immediately had to find $22,500. Even if you can go back to your 401k and say, okay, maxed out my Roth, but now I can only do like $100 more per year into the 401k. That's perfectly fine, whatever you can afford to do. Once you then max out the 401k, then you can move on to level 4. But let's talk really quick about this. If you have a traditional 401k or 403b, you save on taxes now. And what that means is in your company, you're going to be basically contributing on what they call pre-tax. So you're delaying the taxes until the future. So that's kind of nice, because right now you don't have to pay extra tax. It actually reduces your taxable income in the current year that you're in. That's kind of nice. That's helpful. You don't get that with a normal brokerage account. So take advantage of this tax savings. If your company offers a Roth 401k, the benefit of a Roth 401k is you can contribute up to the maximum on top of your Roth IRA. So that's like double amazing. Now, you won't get the pre-tax savings, but you will get the tax savings in the future that we talked about in level 2. I don't know about you, but I love the idea of being like, totally retired with like $1 million and like not having to owe taxes on all that money that I'm using to do whatever I want with. That's just so awesome. And it's easy to say here, well, you probably need to make like $100,000 a year or more to afford stuffing away $22,500 on top of level 2's $6,500. And you're kind of right, but you're also kind of wrong. See, what I started doing is focusing more on my housing and my expenses and really trying to find a way that, do I actually need to be spending all this? And I'll come transparent with you guys. I realized that I had this Audi A6 that I had a lot of debt on, and I was paying monthly payments on it, because obviously that's what you do when you're in car debt, right? But on top of that, I had to get premium gas. You can't put unleaded gas into this. And then anytime it had an issue, it always costs a lot more to get the car repaired because it's luxury parts from Germany. So I thought, wait a minute. Instead of spending all this extra money, what if I just traded in the Audi, got a car? Because at the end of the day, the reason I had the car is just to feel fancy and to impress people that I really didn't even like. So what's the point of this? Really wasn't giving me all that joy. I mean, I got the joy when I first bought it, and then it just kind of weared off. Do you ever get that feeling when you buy a car? So yeah, I traded in the Audi A6 for a fully paid off Honda Accord. Judge me if you will, but I haven't been happier since I got this car, because it's fully paid off. It costs like nothing to maintain it, and it costs like nothing for the gas. I mean, gas is expensive, but it's not as expensive as premium gas. So I was like, this is great. It's about what you value. You may value an expensive car, but do you really value something else? Maybe you could reduce some of that and save on those expenses, thereby giving you some extra cash that you can invest. Because the people that start this today, that try to focus on leveling up as much as they can, getting out of debt and getting themselves to level 3 or beyond, are the people that are going to be financially fit in the future. Or you don't do it, and then you're going to come back here and wish you did. Don't make the mistake. Now, it's finally time to open up your taxable brokerage account. We finally made it. After we took advantage of these awesome tax savings and things like that, now we open up the taxable. And it doesn't matter, again, where you get it. Fidelity, Schwab, Robinhood, Webull, does not matter. It's totally your call. But then you can take on all that extra cash that you have by reducing your expenses, getting out of debt, or having a ton of side hustle income, and then invest it as you wish. And this is where you can get into FIRE, financial independence, retire early. Because as you continue to focus on your investments over all those dumb things that really were costing you a lot of money that you didn't need after all, that didn't bring you joy, that's where things can get exciting. And that I've only started just last year. And we're piling money in as much as possible. But it took me what felt like forever to get to this level. So it's going to feel like forever, especially if you're back on level 1. Don't let that disappoint you. Just focus on the goal and stay committed. I wish I said that to myself enough, because I consistently said, oh my gosh, this is just going to take it's going to take like 5 or 10 years. But then I thought to myself, well, wait a minute. If I don't do this, what does the next 10 years look like? I'd rather be at a good spot 10 years from now than wishing I would have done it 10 years ago. So by focusing on FIRE, you have enough money saved up and invested and growing in a compound interest account, thanks to your investments, that you don't have to worry about a JOB to survive. You can live financially free. You can live off of your money. You don't have a lot of overhead expense. You can do whatever you want. You can do what you really value, what you appreciate, what you love, because you took the right steps in level 1, 2, 3, and now level 4. But then it comes to this question in the Roth IRA, or over here in the 401k, or even in the taxable account. What do I actually invest in? Because I could easily put money into the Roth IRA, but you don't want to just put money into the account and not invest that money. So what do I actually invest it in? And that's where it gets interesting, and where you want to take a look at some really high quality ETFs to really diversify yourself. And to learn about that, check out this video next. We'll see you on the next video.